What's happening today? Happy Wednesday. And I had a couple difficulties getting the things going for the stream here, but we're good. We're live and it's awesome. And I'm really looking forward to this today. So first of all, do you know who your perfect prospect is? And do you know how to get to them and how to actually, show value to them and really show them that you can help them solve whatever problem they're dealing with? Because if not, then today's your lucky day, because we're going to actually talk through that today. And so my name is Josh. I am a digital marketing specialist. I have been in network marketing, affiliate marketing, email marketing. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of different things that I've done. But currently right now, my biggest passion and my biggest mission right now is to help other people be successful in whatever it is that they're doing. And generally, that's going to come around the digital marketing space. But as it goes right now, the biggest thing for me is I just want to help you be better and help you move your business forward. And that's my goal. And that's my dream for what I want to do moving forward. So that's why I'm here. And last week, we talked about a pretty cool topic. We talked about the 7 steps to freedom. Now, the 7 steps to freedom is a very, very large topic. And there's some resources that we'll talk about later that you can actually get to go more in depth in this. What we're going to do for the next, here's week 1, so 7 weeks, is we're going to go every week into one of those steps, give you a little bit of information, some extra tips, things like that. And then we're going to just continue to do that each and every week to show you a little bit more about what these steps to freedom mean. And so the biggest thing today that I actually want to talk about is your perfect prospect, right? And so a lot of people don't realize that their perfect prospect is out there. And one of the things that I see people do a lot is they just spray and pray, right? You see it all the time. You get it in your messenger, you get it on phone calls, you get it in emails. Someone's just like, hey, I got this thing for you. Click this link, do this thing. Like, it'll be great for you. Just do it, please. Pretty please. Will you please? I want to make a sale. Thanks. Great. Bye. Or I want to sign somebody up. So please go here and, check out my webinar, check out my thing. And they send it to everybody. And here's the thing. That's perfectly normal because that's what most marketers are taught. Most marketers are taught that if it's a numbers game, right? If you send it to enough people, if you do enough things, if you have enough exposure, enough eyeballs on your offer, that you're just going to get people to sign up. And I'm going to tell you, yes, you're right. But here's the thing is, we talked about a little bit about, going in and really trying to identify the people in your circle, right, of who could be your perfect prospect, and kind of start there, right? Start in the middle and kind of branch out. But so the tips I'm going to give today is, starting there to understand who it is that you want to work with. So start looking at the people you interact with right away in your inner circle, right? Start looking at the people that you interact with as you're going day to day and doing your daily things, and figure out what could you do that could help that person live a better life? What could you do that could make that person's life just that much easier? And as you start thinking about that, then you got to think about what is it that you have that, what about your thing is a solution to their problem? And so start thinking about details, right? So that's the number one thing you want to start doing is look at the details of who your perfect prospect is. Who is it? Like, what is it about them? And you can go as deep as like figuring out if they're male or female, or figure out if they, are married or not, or figure out what age they are. But think of those little details of the person you really know that your solution is perfect for, and then start branching out on that. Okay. So let's take a couple examples. Number one would be like the male or female, right? So I know I've been around some different marketing platforms. I've seen a bunch of different things. And one of the things that I see a lot is there's a lot of complaints from women where they're marketing to both men and women, and the men can be kind of nasty. And I'll admit, I mean, I've seen some of those messages, and yeah, it can be pretty bad. And so for someone who's a woman in the industry, maybe it makes more sense to market to women. Now, not to say that you have to, but that's one of the things that you could look at, right? Who's your perfect prospect? If you want to market to women, a good example is my cousin. She markets to moms. She markets to busy moms who are trying to build a business from home or trying to work from home. And she helps them figure out ways to manage their schedule and take care of the kids and do all that kind of stuff. She's nailed down that her perfect prospect is a busy mom. So right there, she knows, okay, female and usually has a lot on her plate. Well, then start looking at things like age and demographics, okay? And we're not looking at segregating anybody or anything like that. You're really trying to understand what is it about them that really makes them perfect for your solution. Now, I say your solution because when you think about the way that things are going in terms of the online space now, is everybody's got programs, everybody's got products, everybody's got services and teams, but everybody's looking at that from a wallet standpoint and not from a heart standpoint. And when I talk about solutions, what I mean is when you look at somebody, when you think about your perfect prospect, and let's say, for example, you are a affiliate marketer and you're an affiliate for a weight loss product. Do you think that you're going to go to somebody who is super fit, muscular, cut, maybe, has their own fitness classes and try to market them a weight loss product? Well, no, right? You're not going to do that because number one, they're probably going to, they probably don't need it. They've got their own thing. But number two, it's harder to sell someone something that they don't need, right? And so that's why the spray and pray method really doesn't work, because those people don't necessarily need what you have. So we can stay on the weight loss train, right? Which I'm a great person to talk about that. I love food, so I just got done eating spaghetti. I'm terrible for weight loss, but we started on that example, so let's go with it. So let's look at what would be perfect for that. Let's get some examples so you have an idea. Well, maybe that could be somebody who's a busy parent that doesn't have a lot of time for working out. So maybe they have a couple of kids. Maybe they live in the suburbs, they commute a short distance, or maybe they're like me, they work from home. And you start thinking about, what does their day look like? What are they doing during the day? What are the things that they can struggle with that could potentially make them a perfect prospect for a weight loss product? So time is a big one. Energy is another one. There's those ideas, right? And then you just build on that. You start building a story around this person and start putting this proverbial person in your head of, making an image of what they look like. Start thinking about what they wear, all those kinds of things. Get those details down pat. And then now that you have your person built, start thinking about what they like to do, right? I know as a parent, one of the things I love to do is spend time with my kids. So if I was looking to go after busy parents, I would probably look for people that do things with their kids. Maybe that's going to certain events. Maybe that's like things like the circus, Disney places, certain travel destinations. And you start putting those ideas into like a repository. And I know I've seen examples of different things out there. I've seen people do grids, back and forth. I've seen people do, different situations where they're like, I'm going to make a list of all these things, then I'm going to narrow it down by these things. And it's really cool because you can see people, how their mindset works, but there's no perfect way to figure all that out, but list them out. Don't just think about it. Actually start writing them down and figuring out who it is that you're actually thinking about that's perfect for your solution. And look at this. We got Jeremy in the house. What's up, my man? Nice to see you here. Glad you're stopping by. Appreciate you. So yeah. So now you've started, you've thought about some of the things about your perfect prospect. You've thought about a lot of these little details and you've written those down. So what's the next step, right? So the next step would be to figure out where they hang out, right? So figuring out maybe what groups do they hang out? What are the things they like to do? So let's stay on the weight loss train. And maybe this person does like to hang out with their friends that are, fitness buffs or whatever to get ideas, or, maybe they look at things like that, or they hang out in groups and they hang out in areas where, they really want to know how it is that they can lose that extra weight that they have. and they stay there, right? Because it's an interest to them. So that could be Facebook groups, that could be blogs, that could be Pinterest pins. Start looking at influencers that are weight loss influencers. I know plenty of people out there. There's a good friend of mine, Karlinka, that's one of those, and she has people that follow her. And that's where you can start looking for those people that they're interested in that topic, but maybe they just haven't taken the action yet. Maybe they just haven't taken that next step. That's where you can come in, right? You can find that. So that's where a couple examples of where people like that would hang out. So now that you've gotten this all written down, you've got the details, right? You've got this person mapped out. You have them in your head. You figured out who they are. You figured out where they hang out. Now what, right? You got to figure out, so one more piece to figuring out your perfect prospect is, what do they actually talk about? What are they doing? What are they discussing? What's the thoughts on their mind? And the best way to do this, and this is one example, there's multiples, but I think, my opinion, the best way to do this is start hanging out in those areas that your perfect prospect is hanging out in. It's as easy as that. You start hanging out in those groups. You start hanging around those influencers. You start going to some of those meetings, right? Or maybe you go, maybe you have a gym membership. Start opening up your ears when you're at the gym, right? Think about the areas that these people are and what they're talking about. Figure out what it is that's on their mind and start putting those ideas into that list, right? Think of phrases that people talk about. Some examples for weight loss could be supplements, or it could be at-home workout equipment, or it could be, motivation or inspiration, or I need a workout buddy, or those types of things. You can pick up on those and you can start listening to those and figuring out what is it that people really are wanting out of this situation. And that's where you can figure out, are they your perfect prospect, or maybe they're just kind of hanging out there because they like to hang out there. If they're struggling and they have a problem that needs to be solved, so if you got someone who's like, I wish I could lose weight, but I don't have the time, maybe your weight loss product is a supplement that they can take that helps curb their appetite. Boom, right there. You can start a conversation with that person. And I'm going to give you a little hint. Okay. This is a line that I use a lot. And I'm not trying to give away all my secrets, but I'm going to give away this one. There's a line that I use that's, if I, would you? So if I had something that could help you with that, would you try it? Or if I had something that could curb your appetite a little bit and maybe help with those cravings, would you want to know about it? Like that phrase, right? The if I would you, that is a magic phrase for anybody who's interested in anything. And so you've gotten your list, right? You've gotten your list of all the details about your perfect prospect. You've gotten your where they hang out, and you've started to understand how they talk, how they speak. What is it they're thinking, right? That's it. Now you have this whole world of this person. You've created this avatar, right? And you've created this imaginary person that is perfect, and you focus on that. You solely focus on that person and say, that is the person that's perfect for my solution. They're perfect for what I have, and I'm going to hunt that person down every single day. And it doesn't have to be in any specific area. We talk about digital marketing. We talk about, Facebook groups, and we talk about Instagram, and we talk about Pinterest, and we talk about YouTube. But here's the thing, that can be anywhere. Even when you're walking down the street, keep your ears open. Yes, we go into some of those traditional networking methods, but if you haven't noticed, digital learning, right, or digital marketing is really just networking, right? One of my buddies here put in, thanks for the learnings. And so it threw me off. I was like, digital learnings. Well, yes, digital learnings. We're here to learn, but digital marketing is just networking, right? We're just networking with other people in these online space. So do the same thing when you're out and about. Listen to what people are saying. Listen to what your friends are saying. Listen to what other people are saying, and use that to build your perfect prospect. Use that to build the person that you want to go to and that you want to be able to provide a solution for. Because the thing is that, Yes, we all want to make money. Yes, we all want to build a business, but we're not here just to stuff our wallets. If you are truly passionate about what you're doing and you are truly wanting to make people's lives better, you're not going to care about the dollar amount. What you're going to care about is that you're helping this person be better. You're helping this person be more than what they were yesterday, or even more tomorrow than what they were today. You're giving them a reason to push forward. That's the whole point of doing what we're doing. That's the whole reason I'm out here. That's the whole reason that most of us are out here. Yes, there's those few out there that are like, I just wanted to make a couple extra, $100 a month to pay bills. Great. Nothing wrong with that. But the majority of people who are going to be successful are going to take these things seriously. So that brings to my last point here is, if you're going to take things seriously and you're really going to push yourself to move further in your business, what I'm going to be doing here today and then over the following, 6 weeks after this week of going through these 7 steps, and I'm kind of doing them in a different order. So I know last week I talked about the order of them. I'm going to do a little bit different order here just because I had some ideas. But either way, if you're serious about that, there's more information that you can get. You can go deeper. You can actually really drill into the psychology behind it, the mindset. You can really drill into figuring out how you can implement this. So if you're struggling with those types of things, there's something you can do right there. Okay. 9to5freedomsecret.com. That's going to get you a free ebook. That free ebook called The Escape Plan is going to dive even deeper into these topics that I'm going to be covering over the next, 6 weeks or so. And the reason why that's important is because on a live like this, we can only really go so in depth until it becomes a full-blown webinar. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to sit here for an hour and a half. And so what we've done is, so my friend Nick, he's put together this book called The Escape Plan. It literally walks through all of this information. Now, there is some additional training that goes along with that, if that's something that you wanted to do later on, and you'll see some of that information in there as well. But if you go to 9to5freedomsecret.com, you're going to get access to that book. All we ask for is just a simple email, and you get the information emailed to you. And I'll tell you right now, that book really did change my life, and I want it to change yours too. But it's up to you, right? It's up to how serious you are to actually do this, to actually push yourself forward, and to really give yourself the opportunity to dig deep in these strategies and really find your groove in your business. And so that's all I've got for today. We talked about, getting your perfect prospect, idea put together. Number one is write down all of the, things about this prospect, right? All the ideas, all the little details, what's their gender, what's their age, where do they live, all that kind of stuff. Number two was figure out where they hang out, right? Figure out who they follow, figure out what it is that's important to them. And then number three was figure out how they speak. What are the normal things that they're saying? What are the things that they're complaining about? What is it that really makes it hard for them to get whatever it is that they want? And then that's where, you can kind of build your solution around marketing to that kind of information. So I hope it was valuable for you. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Jeremy, Demetrio, love you guys. I wish you the best. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you next week for the next topic.